It's close to 35,000 pounds.
Let's head down to Murrells Inlet, which is south of Myrtle Beach and south of Surfside Beach, and even further past that, south of Garden City Beach. And check out the marshwalk. To be specific, the Claw House at the marshwalk. This is one of the higher end eateries at the Murrells Inlet marshwalk. So I figured let's stop by and I'll show you guys around and tell you what I think. That fish tank has a significance, but we'll come back to that later. Let's look at the restaurant first. The menu is large, and the price range is large as well, anywhere from a $15 entree around lunchtime to a $45, $50 entree for dinner. So keep that in mind when you come here. Depending on how many people you're eating with, it adds up quickly. For this seating, we sat on the covered porch. It is late December, so it's a little nippy outside. They had the shades down, but there is seating right up against the marshwalk itself outside. As you can see here down at the bottom of the screen, kind of hard to see, but there's seating down there. So you can sit inside at the bar, on the covered porch, or literally on the marshwalk. Totally up to you depending on the weather and your preference. And there is the tank. If you've ever seen the show Tanked on Animal Planet, they do crazy fish tanks, and this was one of them. This was actually featured on one of their episodes where they came to Myrtle Beach, they set it up, and they presented it to the owner and the owner's family, because this is a family-owned restaurant.
Test these yet?
Get on it, test it out. Yeah, that's good.
Dude, if I can do this on this, I'm not worried about any
Do that, Godzilla could do it.
Holy!
Whoa!
Tank is shaped like a racetrack. We do that because of sharks. Tank's approximately 12 feet long, 7 feet wide. You're looking close to 2,200 gallons here. It's close to 35,000 pounds.
The first thing we got was just a basic plate of fish and chips. Nothing to write home about, but it's a staple on a seafood restaurant's menu, especially if you have a picky eater. So for those, I'd say they're okay. But this here, the lobster roll, when we arrived, we were told this is the reason this restaurant exists, this lobster roll. So I said, all right, I'll take that. Full disclosure, I can count on one hand how many lobster rolls I've had my entire life. This would be the best one I've had, but I'm not a connoisseur. So that being said, it was good. Is it going to bring me back to the restaurant just for that item? No. But if you find yourself sitting down at the Claw House, give it a try. It's not that bad, but it is a little pricey. We'll get to that in a minute. So for two people to sit down and simply have waters to drink, this was a $50+ meal after tip. So I would say that this place is a little expensive for my taste, just my personal preference. So keep that in mind if you come here. It is one of the more higher dollar restaurants as compared to the other smaller eateries along the Murrells Inlet marshwalk.